Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is Captain speaking, and welcome to my first video ever, which I want to show you as a tutorial for the basic stuff for the Airbus A320 family, how to correctly operate a aircraft and how to fly the aircraft and how to control the aircraft, even on ground and in the air. So I want to show you those basic stuff, and then sometimes I'll make a different tutorial about every or each Airbus system that Airbus has, and we'll go step by step. And you might know that why I did not recorded a live stream for 4 days. That's a very good question. My live stream wasn't showing on YouTube. I was using a Streamlabs OBS and I was live streaming a flightdeck members only live stream. I was recording with VIP MDG 737 NGXU with a new aircraft and plus flightdeck livery, as it was working perfectly fine, but after I tapped the live stream, looked at my YouTube channel, how everything went, suddenly the live stream did not show up. So I had some technical problems which I don't understand, but some problems, so yeah, sorry about that. But I have to say that was the best flight ever. Really, if you will see that, you will say that was topic flight, really. Let's stop wasting our time and let's head for the basic stuff and operations for the Airbus A320 family. We are in X-Plane 11 using aircraft called Tolly's Airbus A319, and we are going from the Boeing company called Airport Payne. We'll go from Payne to Seattle International Airport, Seattle Tacoma. So that will be a 7-minute short flight. Let's head to the cockpit and I want to show you some basic stuff. So as we are in the cockpit, we are lined up with runway 34 left, ready for departure, but we will not depart yet because I need to show you some really basic stuff that works in the Airbus. So as you can see, we have there a side stick. Next is a tiller. That's a wheel that controls the front nose gear on the ground, so you can steer from left to right and you can have full control on the ground. The side stick is for flight only. The side stick has two control inputs. One is elevator and the second is aileron. And if you pull back, you will go up. If you pull down, you will go down. If you pull left, you are rolling left, and right, you are going right. So if you will do something like this, so then you will be flying like, I don't know. We'll just see. That's the second control. The third control is the rudder. It moves the yaw left and right in the air, and you can use the rudder while taking off if you have strong wind. So if you go like this, you will go left and right. Next thing to know is thrust levers. They are at idle right now, so some power to the engines, so they are at idle position. If you go to full, you can see the config parking brake is on. As you can see, we achieved a full thrust, which we can see on the ECAM display on the upper right. We have toga. Now we'll go idle. Next thing to know, we have gear lever. You can use it for landing and for takeoff. You can retract the landing gear as you have positive vertical speed, and I retract on the single ops operations in the Airbus. I usually retract the gear around 200 feet above ground level and extend the gear at ground level 2500 or 2500 or 2000. Next to know, we have flap, which can pitch the aircraft a little up and slow the aircraft down. We have spoilers, which will extend on the wing to help reduce drag to the aircraft we are descending or with touchdown, so they will automatically extend. Because this aircraft is fly-by-wire, it does not have any sort of hydraulic system to power up some stuff. We have fly-by-wire. This is Airbus, not Boeing. Next thing to know, we have parking brakes, so we can stop the airplane on the ground and let's go to the overhead panel. And you can see there are so many buttons, and it's not like a car, it's something else. So yeah, please be careful with those stuff, please. Then we have some lighting system over there, as you can't see because of the textures, as they're on ultra low graphics because of my PC that can barely run this simulator with 20 FPS. So those are strobe lights on the left. They are blinking white and they are showing that other traffic or other aircraft or anyone else can see you. There are two positions. One is on, second is auto. The auto means that it will gonna only be lighted up, it will not flash. As you will be approaching runway, it will automatically come on to blinking white light. Or if you get it to on, it will automatically be blinking light. The next is the beacon light that shows the ground crew that the engines are running. So before you push back and do some stuff, don't forget to turn it on. And as you are shutting down the engines, then you can get the beacon light off. We have wing light to see the wings at night. We have navigation logo light. I always have it in 1. At dark I have it at number 2 position. Then we have runway turn off light, landing light, and taxi and takeoff light. And that's just all, some basic stuff. Just want to show you right now how to taxi the aircraft to runway, so we'll exit the runway from there and we'll come back. So first things first, you must check that your parking brake is off, that you have aligned the... If you have throttle, you can set it on rudder, the tiller, like I have in X-Plane 11. I'm using Thrustmaster hoses X, and I have one rudder on the throttle, so I'm using it as a tiller, and I have even a rudder which I'm using right now, as you can see. So let's tack. I have everything set, even the axis for everything, for every single control, for rudder and tiller. So as we have parking brake off, we are free to move. Don't forget to see the shocks that are on the ground, and don't forget to put some power to the engine so you can move to the front. I put the thrust levers to the position that I can have 50 and 1, but it depends on weight. So yeah, then I'm gonna turn right by rotator, but in this aircraft the turn does not show in there, which I don't understand. But if you move it to the left, then it will go to left and right to right. So let's make a fast taxi. So we are approaching the runway again, 3 for left, and we are striking the lightning system. Rest in peace. As we are on the runway right now, we can turn on the landing light. As we are on the runway 3 for left, we can get all the lightnings on, and we will be making a checklist, but not right now. We have to check. We have flaps 2, spoilers armed, and we have everything in there. So takeoff config is normal, tested, signs on, cabin checked, we don't need that right now. Auto brake is set max if rejected takeoff, and get the display. But get it to engine so I can see the engine status in case of any fail. So now we are about to take off. What I'll do, I'll set the chrono timer and I'll shout takeoff. So takeoff. I'll put the 40% and listen what I will say right now. And don't forget to put the thrust levers to toga or flex. It depends on what you have set on the aircraft. I set flex, so let's go. Parking brake is on. Okay, man flex SRS nav auto thrust blue. So that is my call out. what I just shouted. We'll leave it, and my co-pilot, if I have, will say thrust set. Now let's make some little rudder fixes because we have some wind. 80 knots is checked. We are going. So let's set some rudder, and oh my, that is so bad. 100 knots checked. And we'll wait for our rotation speed, which is VR. V1 is the not to abort takeoff anymore. So V1, rotate. Let's pull a little. The side stick that we have. Positive rate. And we can now put gear up. And voila, we are successfully flying. Now, everything is good. Everything is perfect. I have set my flight level to flight level 030. So let's engage the autopilot and make a manual turn for the aircraft. So let's head about heading 180 as we are climbing. Now we can put the thrust levers to climb. We have thrust climb. If you will see a blinking light under the flags that just shows here, there will be a thrust climb blinking white. It means that you have to set the thrust levers to climb so the Airbus can take full control of auto throttle and make everything. So now we can stop the timer and reset it by clicking it again. And let's check our radar, how it is. Now let's go to our main computer. Let's go direct on it's the first button on the left up side. Let's go flight plan to Carrefour so we can go direct. And now the Airbus should automatically give the navigation. So now we are aligning correctly and now we should work. Now, one thing that I want to show you right now. You can see the red light. That means that we have flaps overspeed tape. The orange means that we will have to, that is the next retraction speed. So now let's get the flaps up. Now the tape has gone because we are retracting the flaps. Checked. As you can see, our flaps are going out. We have still parking brake on. We can clear the message and we are beautifully going. I will set on the autopilot panel called Flight Control Unit, FCU. I will arm the approach, but first I will go to performance page again on the MCDU, the brain of the Airbus. I will go set approach phase, confirm approach phase. Let's set our QNH, which is the barrel reference. Temperature we have 22 Celsius. The session height will be to 5, and that is. Let's get the approach. But the approach still doesn't work, which I don't understand. Guys, just to show you another thing in the Airbus, that you can see the speed. The speed as you're approaching, you set the select approach phase. The Airbus will automatically come to a green dot. That means that it will stop there, and if you will put flaps 1, for example, the green dot will move further again and you can then get the flaps. Like I will show you right now. Let me extend the flaps. The flaps are extending. Well, the slats, later the flaps. And you can see the green dot has gone, but it will be replaced by letter S, like Sierra. Now you can see the flap over speed tape, and we are slowing down to 183 knots, and you can see that we are going to stop in there. Next thing, as for landing and everything, we'll then set the auto brake. It depends on, we have low auto brake and medium auto brake. Max auto brake is for rejected takeoff only. Manual brake is for the heavy weight of an Airbus and if you have short runway, and the low if you have long runway and you are lightweight, so you can set it so you can save the life of the brake. Next thing to know is about the displays and everything about that. So now let me change this. We'll go to radio nav on the MCDU and we can check if we have correct data, set everything correctly, and as I see we have. Now let's put the gear down, get the auto brake medium, and let's descend the unit. Because now we have some problem. If you are approaching a runway, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Then later, turns out that we've been shut down by a fighter jet. Oh! A missile just shot us. So that was the takeoff and basic part for taking off, and for ground. Next time we'll be flying an approach to Seattle Tacoma International Airport, so stay tuned for next day. Hope this tutorial helps. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.